I'm going to try not to spoil any of these stories, so this should be spoiler free and safe. The first film or show on my list is the Netflix limited series Adolescence. This show can be hard to watch, but it is so necessary, and I'm so glad it was made. The story follows a young teenage boy living in the UK who is taken into the police station after being arrested for allegedly being involved in the murder of one of his classmates. An aspect of this show that makes it so special is that each episode is shot in one continuous take, giving the audience a sense of the time and space in which it takes place. The camera changes location in real time with the actors in a way that the viewer can feel like they live in the space and are witnesses to the unfolding of the plot. Adolescence also features a breakout performance from Owen Cooper, who won an Emmy for the role. Cooper was 14 when the show was filmed, so the casting is age appropriate for the character of Jamie Miller. It's his debut role, and he's phenomenal and performs well along seasoned actors like Stephen Graham, who plays Jamie's father, Eddie, and wrote the show. Cooper will be playing a younger version of Jacob Elordi's Heathcliff in the upcoming adaptation of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, set to be released next year. Adolescents tackled misogyny learned from internet spaces so well that the UK government has made steps to have it shown in schools to prevent gender based violence in teens. The next film on this list may be one of my top 3 personal favorites of the year. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is incredibly touching and emotional. It was released for a limited theatrical run before going to Netflix. It has been put on the 2026 Oscars shortlist in 6 of the 12 technical categories announced so far. That's cinematography, makeup and hairstyling, original score, sound, visual effects, and casting, which is a new category this year. And Del Toro stepped away from the classic visual interpretation of Frankenstein's monster, which is like the green skin with the bolts in his neck. He leaned into the way he imagined the creature to look based on Mary Shelley's novel. The film features reliably good performances like Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, and Christoph Waltz, who are all incredible in their roles. But the standout among the cast is Jacob Elordi, who is absolutely captivating in this role as the creature. I anxiously anticipate the announcement of the shortlist for the Oscars acting categories, and I would love to see him nominated and, frankly, winning. He has excellent chemistry with every other performer he interacts with on screen. On top of that, he nails the physicality of the role. It is clear that he put in the time to refine the look and feel of the character and the way he moves, and it translates really well for the audience. If you want to hear more of my thoughts on this film, I have reviewed it for Suds in even more detail. The next film on the list is also a Netflix project like the last two. Sony Animation's K-pop Demon Hunters took the world by storm when it was released on Netflix. It is incredibly fun and pretty different from other kids' movies coming out right now. Other movies for kids that came out this year, like Zootopia 2 and a Minecraft movie, draw on existing audiences. Filmmakers took a risk with KPDH by creating new IP instead of a sequel, prequel, or book adaptation. So the soundtrack is incredibly good and ended up being very successful. It brought K-pop to a young audience that's found community with other fans. One of the songs is a very strong Oscars contender that the world would love to watch win. I'll discuss that song more in depth once I move on to the songs that define this year. Netflix already plans to release sequels and will continue to explore this world further, so this may be the last of its kind in the series. Sony Animation also brought us the Spider-Verse films, which are delayed. KPDH is no different as they're currently shooting for a 2029 release for the next sequel. Core fan base may shift over the next 4 years, but I would love to see this film enjoy a Frozen like success with new fans falling in love with it as they grow. For a track by track review of the soundtrack and a description of the plot, you can access my review of this film on Suds.